YouTube. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? You get a second video out of me today for a very special reason. Yesterday I noticed a video from a certain YouTuber by the name of Jimmy Slash, who was reviewing a set of knives. I was I was like, I don't know about all this. Because I am a cold steel guy, if you haven't noticed. Canadian belt knife, Kaboom, SRKC, and I have two of those guys. Oh, the good old Espada XL. 1917 Bowie. We got some cheaper knives down here, as you can see. Then the big boys, the expensive ones. And every one of these knives has a very good task they do. If it's bushcrafting, everyday carry, or just a knife to have to open boxes. You know, take your pick. Filleting meats, all that stuff. Now, I was very much a skeptic in regards to these knives that were reviewed by Jimmy Slash. Because apparently, GSM Cold Steel released a package of two knives. And a lot of people have been talking a lot of smack about it, which, you know, it's understandable. They're super cheap. Right now at Walmart, they're $22 and change. And that's one. And two. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I've owned a lot of cheap knives in my life. From Tack Assault to Frost, you know, I can go on and on about all the different cheap brands of knives out there. And big ones like these guys as well. Now, when I watched Jimmy Slash, and he's getting a little shout out here because he's the reason I bought these. He was hacking away on this 2x4. So I was like, okay, he did it, so let me go and see if I can do it too. Find something chopped on it for a little bit with this guy right here, the gray one. And I must say, it slices, it chops, and it can still shave hair like a straight edge razor. Let me tell you, I was shocked because there's knives I bought that are super cheap, like that I would take out into the woods, thinking, okay, it's a cheap knife, yes. I'll probably get a couple of times of use out of it at least, you know, for a little while. But one brand in particular, I remember, I chopped maybe like a 2-inch round trunk just to try to chop it down to see what it could do. And it chipped the edge. And how many spots? Now these guys, I was shocked. Whacking away and just look at the blade. Look at that. For $22 for these two knives, you get two of them to note, with a sheath for each one. And that's the only downside I can say about these knives, as bad as the sheaths are pretty cheap. They're just nylon, you know, standard basic sheath, nothing fancy. But with the way the world is these days, and, you know, trying to have a bug out bag with a tool, like so. Let me tell you, folks, for being, I can't think of the steel off the top of my head. I don't know if it's on here. No, but you know what I'm talking about, though. I'll put it in the description. But these knives are made in China. The handles are actually pretty decent. And look, up here I have, you know, the Espada XL G10 scales. Rosewood handle on the 1917. Standard Kaboom, you know, I wrapped this one, nothing fancy. You know, different types of handles. And personally, my favorite handles now for knives is definitely the G10, of course, but then these guys. Just because it fits so well in your hand. And it's $11 knife. It's a cold steel. If you're on a budget, let me tell you, you know, if you're making bug out bags, say, not just for yourself, because if it was me doing it, this guy and this guy are going to go in my bug out bag. Guaranteed. But if you have friends, family, kids, and you want them to have, some protection, I would highly recommend these guys. Like 100%. I have never seen a cheap knife of this such good quality. And yeah, it's cheap. But really, for $11, and people could say, oh, well, I can get another knife like a Gerber, whatever else is out there for the same price. I'm telling you, for 2 knives for around $22, you could buy 2 packs of these. That's 4 knives. Throw them in 4 bug out bags, and those people will be good for a while. Granted, they're not going to last forever, but they would last for a little while. I'm going to take one of these guys out into the woods one day and see if I could do some batoning and different things. I've done batoning with the Gaboon. I've done it with the SRKC, of course, the Espada. I have how many cold steel knives? I have a Marauders. I have, how many folders from the Chris Voyager to the Tonto. I have them all. And folks, this is a must buy. I already made the decision I'm going to buy at least probably 3 more 2 packs of these just to have them. Just because if they can hold up for even a summer of bushcrafting, and plus the edge, if I could just remember the steel what it was, that's going to drive me nuts. But I know it's very easy to resharpen. And something like this, if you want to save your good knives per se, like your expensive ones, because we all know how much the Espada is and how much the 1917 is. Using something like this for, just going out on a hike one day, bug out bag, bushcrafting, if you want to practice, this is the knife, folks. I'm telling you. I am bamboozled right now. Like, I cannot believe I have never seen knives so cheap and such good quality. And, don't let the made in China deter you on this one. For a bug out knife, these are the way to go, folks. I'm telling you. I'm not sponsored by Cold Steel. I'm just giving my opinion here because I'm a hiker. I'm a prepper. I'm always out bushcrafting when I can. Do it, folks. Get at least 1 pack of these. You won't be sorry. I have to jump off here, though. I am the Anonymous Prepper, and I'm out.